Hi guys, this is Michelle Patterson with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning July 21st, 2014. Hi guys, I know this is getting up a little bit later than usual, but I haven't been feeling well, so I wanted to make sure I was as close to normal as possible before I try to channel a message for you this week. But thank you all so much for your well wishes, and of course thank you all for coming here every week and, you know, subscribing and sharing and liking and doing all that cool stuff. I love it. Thank you again. Okay, so the Oracle deck that I'm going to be using this week is the Angel Oracle deck by Ambika Waters. Okay, so let's see what we have coming up. It feels like payoff time. Let's just start with a channel message. Why not? It feels like a time where you're seeing the rewards for all of your hard work. Oh yes, 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 yes. So like we've been talking about for a very long time, you know, we've had all these retrograding planets, everything's been really sluggish, people have not been understanding one another, you've probably gone through a lot of, you know, things just kind of falling apart, you know, relationships, jobs, you know, you have to start a new job or you're moving on or whatever situation in your life that you're trying to find a new platform for, here we go, all right? Now, does that mean next week, if you've been unemployed, all of a sudden you're going to get a job? Maybe, but maybe not, okay? What this means is that you're going to see some glimmer of hope, all right? Now, the payoff may actually come to you, or you may just hear of something or get a lead on something. This also feels around relationships, okay? It's a general reading, so I always hesitate to say these things. But for some of you, it's time to bare your soul. It's time to go to that person that you've been dancing around for so long who really does have your heart and tell them how you feel as safely as you can. Now, that does not mean go out and be, you know, like laying yourself across, you know, their front doorstep and you know, saying how much you love them, okay? Like, be cool about it. But go out there, let them know. Leave the drama out of it, leave high emotion out of it, just stick to the pure, beautiful fact that you have feelings, okay? Good luck with that. All right, guys, so the first card up we have, the Angel of Glory. I love it. All right, what'd I say? It's payoff week, okay? And it says, I sing praise and glory to the source of all life. All right. Now, for those of you out there who are sitting there, you know, you might still be in negative situations. You might still be struggling a little bit in this coming week. You know, it's not like a week where all your problems are going to be solved, okay? It's about changing your perspective, okay? Glory is here for you. It's time to be in a state of bliss, all right? I need this just as much as you guys do, honestly. Like most of you know, I've been trying to find an agent for my book, and I've been going through that process, and it's all very grueling. It really is. Time this week, like if you've been working on a big project, I'm saying that for this reason, if you've been working on a project as well, or something's been working on your mind, time to just relax, get in touch. Again, guys, how many of us have gotten out of touch? I mean, I meditate before readings and stuff, but haven't really meditated for myself. Maybe it's time for you to do that as well this coming week, okay? Yeah, let me just bask in the glory of God. Okay, well, that's almost out of the Bible, isn't it? That's kind of amazing. Keep your eyes open for events this week. How about this? How about some nice headlines for once? Some very uplifting things. Maybe even some talk of peace. All right? Keep that in your mind for this coming week. Keep that in your heart too, because you know, the more, especially all of us out there, you know, a lot of you are light workers or you're sort of interested in that or whatever, the more you keep that energy in your heart and send it out there, the more possible it's going to be for us actually to get to a place of peace and glory and bliss. All right? It's kind of what we're here for, isn't it? Next card, the Angel of Discernment. Watch what you're listening to, people. Okay, I'll read the card here. It's so hard to read these. The print is kind of weird. Through the grace of the divine, I am able to know the right path. Okay, so if you're wondering, am I doing the right thing? This, you know what this feels like? It feels like you start to trust your instincts, and people are coming from all sides, and they're doing it out of love, okay, because they're concerned for you and they care about you. But they're telling you you're wrong, you're on the wrong path, or the messages that you're getting are wrong. This feels like in the spirituality community. Aha, here's my chance to call people out. You should never in the spirituality community tell somebody that's not right. You don't know. You don't know. Any one of us knows. Not really. We're still in our human physical bodies, okay? So the best that we can do right now is just try to be the purest channel we can be to get the messages in, share that, and everybody can kind of come to the center and kind of figure out what everybody else is getting, and that's how we piece together something close to the truth, all right? But give it up, people. You're not going to know everything right now, and that's okay, all right? Bask in the glory of being human right now, and be discerning about who you listen to. Okay, if somebody's coming up and saying, no, Gabriel resonates with the color gold, he doesn't resonate with the color blue. Really? Like, I don't think that matters, and we do that a lot, don't we? We sort of bicker and say, that's not how I learned it, that's not what that means, that's not the message I've gotten. Be discerning, trust your own instincts, okay, and take what's useful, leave the rest. That's all there is. And even outside of, that example I gave about the spirituality community, you're getting feedback from your boss. All right, probably 2% of that is useful. Okay, fine. Maybe I could do that a little better. Got it. 98% of it is just going to be their nonsense that they're putting on you. All right? So be discerning and don't take on all of the negativity. Just take what's useful, leave the rest. Yeah? Make it a mantra. Why not? All right. Next card we have. Good reading this week, guys. I love it. The Guardian Angel of Spiritual Growth. And can I just tell you that as I'm doing this and I'm sitting in this energy, I already feel like my headache has finally gone away. It's been there for like 4 days. and just now sitting in this energy with you guys, it's going away. I love it. Anyway, back to the reading. Spiritual growth. So that's pretty amazing. You're going to see, again, it's the payoff. Now, when we say you're going to see the payoff, like I said, it could be overt or it could be very subtle. It could be very internal, where you have these beautiful little epiphanies. Now remember, like, if you're going to go and tell somebody how much you love them, maybe you don't have the guts to go and tell them right away, face to face, overtly, but you do sweet little things for them, or you give a little gesture to open that conversation. Does that make sense? Okay, I just felt like I had to say that along with this card. Not that this card actually means that, but the way I become spiritual is simply to become myself. Don't you love that? Duh. Yes, that's exactly what we need to be doing, and that's how it kind of ties into that discernment card, right? So what we're trying to get at here, and what the message is stop thinking that somebody else holds all the knowledge, right? Every single one of us is intuitive. Every single one of us has the ability. See, this is what they're coming in and saying. People try to outdo one another with their psychic abilities, right? Or to show somebody up and be like, I'm more psychic than you. And the angels are definitely coming in and saying, it doesn't matter. I have people write to me all the time, say, oh gosh, I wish I could talk to the angels like you do. You can. The first thing, what I had to do was to stop being scared of them. Right? And they were always there. But as soon as I started trusting what I was listening to, and trusting that it was a separate voice from my own inner dialogue, then I could actually get my spiritual growth going through the messages I was getting. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I'm articulating that correctly, but I think you kind of get what I'm going for here. Let me just tune in. Stepping into your own. And they're also, again, they're really driving this home, like, don't underestimate the beauty of subtlety, okay? So let's say you're in a marriage and things have maybe stagnated or whatever, okay, and you're bickering at one another. A small gesture in that situation will work just fine too, okay? And there will be this small, like, inner epiphany, right? And it might not seem like you're growing spiritually, but you just made a huge move, right? Because you let go of this need to be correct. That seems to be kind of like the overriding theme here. Start seeing the beauty in others instead of trying to get back at them, or trying to, like, if you feel like there's been an injustice, I have to go and make that fair, and I have to, tell that person what I experienced in that moment. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe that's not part of your spiritual growth this week. Do you understand? Spiritual growth is spiritually growing up. And you're going to have moments where you see that in yourself and probably in others, okay, if you're open and aware. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's get one more card going. The angel of the essence of love. Let love be the center of my life. Love of all forms. Again, send love to places in the world that need it, okay? Send love to yourself. Send love. Make it a goal this week. Anybody that you have had a falling out with, especially this feels like romantically, send love their way. Now, if you're somebody who's had a breakup and your ex has made it clear that they don't want to hear from you, don't get crazy, and don't please don't go do that. Just send love their way through your heart, okay? You're sending loving energy and maybe some forgiveness if you need to, because something, I'm even going to use the word magical, happens when we're in our place of love, okay? Think of it like a tunnel of light coming out of your heart chakra and going into the heart chakra of somebody else, okay? And there's healing there, and the spiritual growth, right? And the glory. That's where the glory of God is. That's the glory of the universe, source, creator, whatever you call it. That's where it is. That's what it is, okay? So why not summon that up from within you and send it out, okay? And you'll feel it come back to you, because how can you not send love back to somebody who's sending love to you? Do you know what I mean? So let's focus on that this week, guys, and enjoy your payoff. Enjoy all the glory that's coming to you, and hopefully you'll get some things kind of worked out this week. But I don't think that is, I really want to drive that home. I don't think that is the main point. The main point isn't to accomplish. The main point is to just be. All right? And watch what happens from that. Okay? Leave the comments. Let me know how it's going for you this week. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.